Georgia's matchup on Saturday against Charleston Southern will not only be the final home game of the season, but it will serve as senior day. The senior celebration will happen before the game, and there's going to be 30 or so guys that are going to be recognized. This is an older team, and that's something we've kind of talked about a little bit this year, how you've had to wait your turn because Georgia's recruited so much talent that sometimes you have to wait your turn to really get out there and make an impact. This is a team with a lot of experience that is winning ball games and winning them by a lot, and a lot of that has to do with how experienced some of these guys are. Ryan Curley from Dog Post here coming on to talk about what some of these seniors have meant to the team and the impact they've had and the impact they could have the rest of the season. So I've just been looking down the list, and before I get through this, go to dogpost.com and subscribe. We have a deal going on right now. There's all sorts of insider coverage on the site. We've got everything for you at dogpost.com, so check it out. I'm looking at all these seniors, and the list is extensive. And some of them are redshirt juniors, kind of the same thing. But there's a lot of guys on here. Some people that have made an impact all 4 years. Some people that haven't made an impact till this year. Some people who started making an impact last year. Either way, there's a lot of guys that are going to be recognized on Saturday that matter to the team right now. They have significant snaps. They are anchoring this team. Stetson Bennett is one of them, someone who's going to be recognized. And a lot of these players have an extra year because of COVID. They can come back if they want, but I'd imagine that most of them are out the door after this season. We'll see how that goes. But if you just look down this list, Stetson Bennett is a guy, someone who has been your offensive hero all year long. That's kind of a good way to put it. JT Daniels missed a few games, and Stetson Bennett comes in as a walk-on, obviously, and balls out. He has earned the job. Stetson's the starter. That's end of story right there. Nothing more to talk about there, but he is one of these people. Jordan Davis, the Heisman contender. Jordan Davis, we'll see if he makes it to New York. I think he has a shot. Heisman contender Jordan Davis is a senior. He's been here for a long time. He's just progressively gotten better and better his entire career. Devontae Wyatt coming back is the biggest reason why Jordan Davis decided to stay. He said that multiple times. When Devontae Wyatt decided he was going to come back for his senior year, Jordan Davis knew right there and then that he was going to stay. They have a bond. These guys have been playing together for years. So that defensive line duo, Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt, they're going to be recognized. I mean, there's going to be a lot of turnover on this Georgia team after this year. Jamari Slayer, Justin Schaefer, a couple of offensive linemen that have been playing for a long time and have been blocking for the various Georgia quarterbacks. They're important. Jake Camarda, the punter and the kickoff guy, is a senior, and we've seen that Jake Camarda can be a real weapon for Georgia on special teams. This team is stacked. I'm just going to keep going down through this list and talk about how important these seniors have been. Latavius Brini, who kind of waited his turn to get in there, and he's played star this year and has done a pretty good job this year. Chris Smith, a guy that we didn't think would ever start really, and this year he's been the starting free safety. He came in last year for injured players, and he's made an impact. He had that pick six against Clemson. So far, that might be the play of the year. That's what separated them from Clemson, was that pick six, and other than that, they haven't had any super defining moments. So Chris Smith coming in having a moment like that as a senior for a national championship contender Georgia, it's been so important. We won't talk a lot about Adam Anderson just because of all the stuff going on, but he would have been recognized, and he had a huge impact on the program the last couple of years. Deion Kendrick, a transfer who came in, he's been very good. He'll get recognized. Someone I love talking about, Channing Tindall, another great example of someone who waited their turn. And look at them now. He was the National Defensive Player of the Week this past week. Had 3 sacks against Tennessee. He forced a fumble. He's a guy who got some time last year, not a lot. Came in this year, is huge in the rotation, makes an impact. He waited his turn. Kirby Smart has built the farm. He's built the machine. They're getting all sorts of recruits and talent of all sorts of talents. If you're a young guy at Georgia, it's not likely that you'll play. There's not a lot of Keely Ringos on this team. There's not a lot of Brock Bowers. Guys who are coming in and making an immediate impact. Most of them are older people. Latavius Brini, Chris Smith, Robert Beal, someone who's got more time with Anderson's absence. He's a senior. I mean, I'm probably missing guys. Amir Speed is someone who waited their turn and has come in and started a couple games and played a lot. Quay Walker, James Cook. I mean, Georgia is loaded with senior talent this year. They have anchored this team this season. I mean, let's look at the guys who make real impact. Stetson Bennett, James Cook, Jordan Davis, Darian Kendrick, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Chris Smith, William Poole, Tanning Tindall. There's a lot of starters that are seniors. The talent is there, but the experience matters for championship teams, and that is something that's going to matter this year. I mean, it's special. This Georgia group can put together a really special season. There's 5 more games to go if you want to win a national championship, and the seniors and the experience on this team are anchoring them. There's a couple of juniors, obviously, that have done a really good job, and there's some sophomore and freshmen, but the seniors have anchored this team. The experience has anchored this team, and that helps you win a national championship. So they're going to be celebrated on Saturday. We'll have all the coverage for you at dogpost.com.